everybody, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to chat a little bit about Ironheart, Marvel Studios' next Disney Plus show that's debuting next week. And right off the bat, I'm absolutely rooting for this show. I want it to succeed. I want it to surprise people. And I really hope it reintroduces Riri Williams in a way that gets us excited about her character moving forward to the MCU. I know there is some skepticism around this show, and I don't blame people for having that. I think it's fair to say that Marvel has been a little uneven in how they've approached their Disney Plus shows over the years. And this was a show that was announced about 4 years ago. I believe it was in 2021 was when they first announced the show was happening. So I understand the skepticism, and I think some of that even built when Marvel released the release schedule for this, dropping all 6 episodes in 2 3 episode blocks starting next week and the week after. But I'm hopeful that they view it more as a strategy to get people excited about the show in general. I think Disney had some success with how they released Andor, a show that they released in 3 episode blocks. I remember there was some skepticism and uncertainty how that would work as well. And it paid off. Now, not to say that this show is going to be on the same level of Andor, but I think they do see a benefit in releasing 3 episode blocks in terms of how we absorb each episode and how they may just flow better together in those 3 episode chunks. So I'm hopeful that Marvel doesn't see it as uncertainty or having a lack of confidence in how the show is going to do, but more so, hey, we think this is going to be the best route forward, how people can take in this show in these 3 episode blocks. But for me, I think what's going to make this show a success is the development that we see in Riri Williams going forward. That they develop her in a way that gets me excited, that gets all of us excited to see more of her going forward in the MCU. If they nailed that, then I think the show will be a success. I want to get to the end of the series and be like, yes, I absolutely want to see more of her going forward. And I don't mean in like a post-credit scene or kind of a small cameo in an upcoming film, like maybe Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, but joining the team of like young Avengers or champions of what they allegedly might be calling it, and having a leading role in that team. And so I think if they deliver this in a way that gets me excited about that, that gets us excited about that, then I think that's a total win, because I want to spend these 6 episodes getting to really know who she is, what her experiences are, what makes her up, getting to know her world, her motivations, her fears, her, the different struggles that she's been through, and what, going beyond her tech and the things that she excels at. That's what I want to know from this series. That's what I want to know about Riri going forward. And I hope they deliver on that. I think there's some real potential here. Riri is a newer character in the Marvel Comics lore. She's not as old as a Captain America or an Iron Man or a Spider Man, and so I think that really frees the creators up to have a lot of runway in how they introduce her on this scale to us. They can implement different ways and get creative in the storytelling while still honoring what's been done recently in the comics. And so I'm excited about that, about how they can do that. I think we see some of that in the trailer when they have infused some of the mysticism or magic that is going on with Red Hood and maybe Mephisto, right? And we see that in the trailer about how they're kind of morphing the tech and the mysticism, and I'm excited to see how they deliver that to us, because again, it's fun seeing the creative ways that they're kind of combining these powers and seeing how that impacts her journey moving forward. And so I'm really excited to see how that plays out on screen. But I get it. Not every Marvel project is going to hit with everybody equally. I think we've seen a lot of that over the multiverse saga, where some characters have landed better than others. I personally love Moon Knight a lot, and I hope we get a lot of them going forward in the future. And so I get it. I get that could be the scenario here too. But again, I just hope people give Ironheart a fair shot. Because I think she has a lot of potential to bring some new things to the table. And I think a lot of fans have been begging for kind of new faces too to show up in the post Endgame area. Some new faces to get excited about. And I think we've seen that in a lot of ways with characters like Miss Marvel too, who's been in a few films, and it looks like they're setting her up for a solid future as well. And so I hope she gets a fair shot. I hope people tune in for this, give it a chance. They don't come in with any preconceived notions or anything like that, and really give her the space to breathe, because I think this show has a lot of potential to surprise us in a lot of different ways. But again, I don't need this exceptional show. I just want a good story that has heart, that has depth, that allows us to get to know Riri on a completely new level, and allows us to come out of that super excited to see where she goes from here. But again, that's where I'm at. Curious to where you guys are at too. Are you looking forward to the 3 episode drop next week and the week after for an Ironheart? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Later.